Hello, friends. Ruben here. So, some months ago, I was at the San Diego Pop Culture Show with comic book highlights, and I picked up a lot more books than I could bring home with me right away. I was going to leave very early, and I couldn't arrange to send the books through the post like I often do, because I just didn't have the time. I was going to leave very early, like I just said. My backpack was stuffed, my luggage was super heavy, and there was no getting around. I wasn't going to be able to bring the books with me right away. But I was rooming with the great Tim Coopin, ladies and gentlemen. Coop to some, and a gracious individual that he is. He says, why not just take it home with me to Tucson, then I'll mail it to you from there. And I'm like, hey, that sounds great, Coop. Thanks a lot, man. That's fantastic. So I just went home, secure that my stuff would be following at some point. A couple months later, I ain't seen my stuff yet, so I don't know what's happening. I send good old Coop a gentle reminder via the email there, to which he eventually comes back with, hold your horses, honey. I'm not finished reading your book yet. So, okay. So I sit back and I guess I'm going to wait some more, and I do that. But meantime, I'm going about my business. I look over on the Facebook and I see that Coop is posting stuff. He's on the road. He's all over the place. He's going show to show, which is great. I mean, good for him. I'd love to be doing that my damn self. But, I still haven't gotten my books. So, at some point I'm on the blower with him. That's what we used to call a phone. And, I'm obliquely bringing around to, hey, where's my books? And Cooper's thought, well, you know what? I was going to be on road anyway, so I figured I might as well see how far east I'm going to come, and then I'll bring it to you. I'll send it to you from that point on. I'm like, okay. So more waiting ensued until the point where he got as far east as he was going to come, and that was Allentown, Pennsylvania. There was a show in Allentown to which I didn't go. I mean, I'd have loved to have gone, but I had to work over to Zap. But ironically, my boss at Zap was going to be there. He just wasn't going to bring me with him. But, Coop knows him. They know each other from way back. We all know each other in this thing. And Ben was kind enough to relay it to me the rest of the way. So eventually I got my box and I picked it up over at Zap. And I tell you, I've rarely clenched my ass tighter than when I was that POC walking through the Port Authority with a big old box and a little hand truck. But I made it through. Not harassed at all, as a matter of fact. But the box, I brought the box. I got it right here. It's a big old box. You can see why he preferred not to have mailed it, and I totally understand. It's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up, because at this point, I don't remember what's in there. I don't have clue one. I mean, I know they're comics, but let's check it out and see what's happening, because I'm very anxious. Despite having it now for a few weeks, I got busy. Stuff happens, and instead of, man, this is not, I need it better now. Here we go. And, there's another box. It's a small diamond box dropped into this one, which has nothing in it. Now I worry. Okay, obviously he just repacked it, because there's no time. Hey, he did a good job of packing it up anyway. I guess the stuff is safe. What's this? This is weird. Now why would there, all right away, there's a mystery. Let's see what's in here. Alright, for some reason he packed up this by itself. I don't think this was like that. Humanoids had a sale at the thing, so this is one of the books I picked up there. Miss Better Living Through Crime. Obviously a crime book by a couple of names. I'm sorry, but I can't read them French names. I'll do it again one other time. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff I really like to get. That's really beautiful stuff. That's good storytelling, baby. Presumably, I mean, yeah, hell yeah, look at that. It's going well so far. So, I'll bump that up on the reading schedule. Good Lord, what's happening in here? Oh, man. Okay, here's the box that I did pack. Evidently, he just dropped it in that bigger box, which is a very bright thing to do. Especially since this was so well packed, there was no point in him, messing with that any further. Here we go. I like the dance. Some reason I got some anime. Oh, it must have been it's a sampler, so we'll see how that goes. Hey, their bag. I always get the bags and stuff. Why not? Here we go. Now we're cooking with grease. It's Thor Masterworks there. It's still some Kirby stuff there. So no, it's not. It's just Kirby covers, but it's way later in the thing. Thor 242 to 254. Is that the Odin is sleeping or Odin is missing type thing? I don't know. It's Len Wein and John Buscema. So it's going to be fun. I have most of these comics, but now I have them in a nice handy hardcover. Oh, I was glad to get these. The first two collections of Hip Hop Family Tree. What's this guy's name? He's doing an X-Men book now. Anyway, this is something I've been wanting to get for some time. And it is, in fact, I believe the history of hip-hop music and such. So two of the 4 existing volumes I have now. So I'll be glad to look at that and hopefully eventually pick up the other 2. There's another bag. Here's a nice big fat Mickey and Donald collection, baby. That's hot, baby. That's sexy as hell. It's an Epic Left Disney Comics treasure hunt. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the Phantom Blood. Yeah, I know some of these stories, or I've heard of them anyway. Oh, I'll show it to you. And, it's Disney, but it's hopefully better stuff. I mean, it's probably good stuff. I only hear about good stuff. I'll have to ask Josh. Josh knows all about that stuff. Here is a Dr. Solar hardcover. I thought I had all of these already. It's the collection of the old Dell Solar Man of the Atom type things. Oh, yes, baby. Here's a handful of Desert Peaches. Oh, this was from that, that 3 for $1 bin. That was the first thing I bought when I was there. I've been looking for these. I thought I brought these home and lost them. But there they are. Hey, look at this. A lot of, look at this. This was 3 for $1. Some Robert Crumb Underground's there, Desert Peach like I just showed you. This is fantastic. Almost all of Serial Killings. I think I need one more of those. So I'll clean that up later. Don't worry about it. And then here's, I picked up this hardcover collection of The Viking Prince. There's a story there, but I don't really got a lot of time to get into that. Let's just say that I had reason to give away my existing copy, and I knew I was going to, so I picked up an extra one so that I can still have it. Then there's more comics. This Tigers of Terror is from Families of Altered Wars, is a title that I've been collecting for a long time. It's jumped around to a lot of publishers, and I haven't read a single one, but they're fun to collect, and they look like they'll be eventually fun to read. So more stuff from that old Harrier comics, science fiction anthology. Good stuff. This looks like, oh, there goes those Catwomen. I know somebody's been waiting on those too. I told them I had them and I lost them in my room because that's really what I thought happened. But I didn't realize that they were still on the way over from where they were. Here's another Donna Barr collection. That's really interesting stuff. I don't know if you... Oh, this is curious. The Writer's Guide to the Business of Comics. Maybe I'll eventually get around to writing that comic book about working conventions that I've often threatened so to do. Of course, I visited the CBLDF booth. And what is this? I don't know what it is. There was some stuff I just collect because it's there and it was cheap and I wanted to check it out. There's more Donna Barr, and there was a lot of Donna Barr there, wasn't there? And this is just comics, baby. I love me some comic books. More Desert Peaches. I should be close to getting most of those. Hey, son of a hey. I visited Stan Sakai, as I often do when I go to the West Coast, and picked up one of his sketchbooks. This is actually for a fella in he did that there from the store who expressed an interest in Usagi Yojimbo, and I figured, listen, I can hook you up because I see that guy fairly often, and I thought there'd be more stuff. Yeah, it's such a big box. I think the rest of it, the bulk of the rest of it, there was a the show guide or the show book. I've shown this before one time. Was a Kirby oriented thing. It's the Kirby Centennial. So I thought it prudent to grab more than a handful of those. So I did that, and yeah, that's what the rest of it is. I picked up quite a few, didn't I? Actually, I thought there were more, but hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah, that's. Okay, I'm only a little bit underwhelmed, especially since I did pick up another version of this Masterworks at New York Comic Con. Hey, what are you gonna do? So there's stuff that I probably like to read right away, or sooner rather than later. These two, and the rest of the stuff gets filed into the collection. And by the way, just ignore this, okay? Not supposed to be there, and I will get back to it at some point. So, but not today. So, I guess that was it. Well, I'll have more stuff. I have more stuff to talk about. And oh, here's the events guide, by the way, with a nice cover, a spirit cover by Will Eisner. I'm going to be doing a regular thing with these videos, maybe at least once a week. Yeah, and in fact, the toys are out. I'm going to do multiple shows on the toys. I think that's going to be a lot more entertaining than this was. So don't judge these shows by what you had here. There's more stuff coming up, and it's going to be a lot more fun. Next time, I'm going to show you some of the stuff that Bombastic Bill O'Donnell brought me from a show in Brasilia. And if you don't find that interesting, then also remember that the one following that will be a much more interesting show. They're just going to get better. You know, every time I'm watching a show, somebody told me about a show, and I'm like, I watched the first one, and it was crap. And they're like, well, it gets better later. And I often wonder, you know, why do I have to wait? So anyway, if you wait, these shows will get good. And maybe I'll get better at it. I might even do a second take. What do you think? Nah, the hell with that. I'd have to seal the box up again. I'm not doing that. So, hopefully I'll see you next week, and I'll have more stuff for you, and you'll come back and check it out. Thank you. Bye.